Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I don't usually do news videos with live footage, but I figured I would for today since it was quite a small patch and therefore deserves a reasonably small video. But I did want to actually get in and show you guys a couple of the things that have changed with the recent patch, including the new rewards for World vs. World tournaments. So let's just jump through the list, shall we? First of all, they have changed the thing that comes out of Blackline chests. You guys might remember, I talked about this before. Do you remember over the last 2 weeks when they added this new UI, you would be guaranteed to get that dust from chests, which they've now added as a regular purchase from the gem store? Well, they've changed that now. It looks like every 2 weeks there's going to be a different thing you get out of the chests. It does add a bit of flavour to them, but frankly, I don't think you can expect anything too amazing. So, for example, right now, these are dragon coffers we now get guaranteed. Every Blackline chest you open, you get your regular 3 random rewards, but you also get 1 guaranteed dragon coffer. If you don't remember what the dragon coffers were, they were some of the loot you would get as rewards during Dragon Bash last year. I don't know what this says. Does this mean the festival's going to be coming or not? I don't know. But basically, you can get the dragon coffers. They really don't drop anything amazing. Mostly just trash. Here, I've actually went off and farmed a key before making the video for you guys. So I'll open up this chest, and this is the first time I have footage of this on my channel. Oh, nice! 2 scraps. I'm actually pretty happy about that. So I got an armor booster and a dragon coffer. If we open this dragon coffer, I guess I've just got them already. So here we go. If we open the dragon's coffer, you'll see I'm probably going to get some kind of trashy thing. I got Zytaffy. This was the consumable and sort of currency of Dragon Bash from last year. You can get a few other things. There are those potions like the warm potion, the cold potion that I believe turned you into the different elementals in the game. There is a chance for a mini holographic Risen Knight. And all of those foods, you know, like koi cakes, dragon breath buns, generally really good foods. You can now obviously get over these 2 weeks. They're pretty cheap to buy on the trading post anyway. But yeah, so that's what's going on with the Black Lion chests. Another big change was that now the rewards for your World vs. World tournament have been added to the game. When you log in, you'll find you'll have a mail. They give everyone an extra 100. The mail reads that it's from ArenaNet staff. Speak with a battle historian in any World vs. World map to claim your replacement tournament rewards chests. We voided any previously awarded tournament tickets and are reissuing new tickets in the replacement chest. Enjoy these additional tickets with our compliments. So I guess for the fuss, they just decided, hey, everybody can get something extra, which is quite nice. You know, nobody's actually going to complain about that. But what I guess this means is the original tickets you had, these ones here, which I pulled out of my bank, I had a stack of them. Actually, over a stack. I had 350 of them. These are now no longer used for anything. I'm really not sure why the process worked out this way, but you can vendor them for a tiny bit of silver. People jumped down my throat for a making money video I did the other week where I didn't vendor some stuff. So you can absolutely vendor these. Make sure you do. But when you go and speak to your rewards historian who's just out here in your Borderlands, I guess he'd be in any of the Borderlands, but I've come to the one in the Citadel. When you first speak to this guy, he'll have another option that says, hey, can you check out my rewards? And when you click it, it will give you your achievement for the season, which you can see here I've got unlocked on my achievement panel. We got 3rd place for the 2014 Spring Tournament reward. And also it'll give you this little chest in the corner, which I've refrained from opening until now. And here you go, you can get your chest. So this one's unlocked here. We can double click this bad boy and get a bunch of stuff out of it. You see, I actually got, wow, I got a swig of world experience. Did everyone get a swig? So that ranks me up, which is quite nice. I'm never going to say no to that, especially because I need World vs. World ranks. This is totally off the scope of the news video, right? But I'm so close to finishing my Siege Might now. So close. And then I can finally do this arrow cart video for you guys. But yeah, so you'll get your stuff, but also you'll get your new non-voided tickets in addition to the 100 they gave you earlier. Which for me means that I actually have 2 stacks, as it would seem. I've got 2 stacks of tickets. What you do with these tickets is buy a new set of weapons available from this guy as a vendor. These are the Mistforged weapons. With 2 stacks, I have 500. Actually, not as many as I was thinking. So basically, I can get 1 exotic. I can only get 1 Mistforged thing then, basically, right? There are multiple tabs here we can roll through. You can actually get some other rewards if you like. The Thimbles, this is basically half a level in World vs. World, as far as I'm aware. You can get a Gift of Heroes here, which allows you to craft your Mistforged weapons into Ascended quality. Maybe I'll show that off in another video. And then just a bunch of other stuff. So Obsidian Shards are also available. The Mini Dolyak is available. Down here we've got accessories. You can get any Ascended accessory you like if you don't like guild missions too much. This is a great opportunity. A lot of people have been saying to me, oh man, I still don't have any Ascended stuff after I did that video on StatCap, sort of showing how you can get it all. You know, this just goes to show ArenaNet gave you at least 100 free tickets you've probably got 100 from your server already, so you know you've got one of these accessories right here. My recommendation would be definitely to get one of the guild mission ones rather than anything else. So I'm guessing, and down here we can actually get infusions too. Cheap infusions, otherwise these would just cost you 5 laurels, so it's really not that bad. I wouldn't recommend you spend these. But yeah, so that's the new vendor. He's been enabled. You can get a bunch of this stuff. Some of these things look really cool. I know a lot of people like the look of the daggers. Personally, for me, since I've already got a incinerator, I don't know whether I'll go for them. But they are a very cool set of skins, and if you guys want to have a look, obviously you can go on the wiki or whatever for these. So that's one of the biggest things. That's what most people got excited. The fruits of their labor have come through. For me, as a member of Blackgate, basically, you can ask this guy how you're doing, and he says, right, so we came third. That's why you get the rewards that you get. And you can also see which league you're in, and this, of course, is the Gold League right here. So that's basically what's going on in World vs. World. Let's head to, not the Eternal Battlegrounds, let's head back to regular Terraria, where something interesting has changed on Claw Island. Okay, so here we are, we're back in Lion's Arch. If we press M, Claw Island, for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, is the area you can only visit, a reasonably sized area of Terraria, this one right here, that you can only visit during the personal story. Once you've completed 2 separate personal story steps there, you may never return. Now, the funny thing about Claw Island is it actually has a bunch of points of interest on it, and it's got areas labelled, so the Western Strait, Lion's Mane, Sorrows Bay, and so forth. Now, given that it was somewhere you could only experience in the personal story and never return to, since launch, this area has always just remained uncovered on your map, but all these bits of writing on it, Lion's Mane and stuff, the point of interests, they would like disappear from your map. And I can understand why ArenaNet would do that, because players can never return there, and it would be really annoying to see, say, there's an undiscovered point of interest right there, even though it doesn't count for anything on your map completion. It'd be kind of one of those OCD things that kind of irritates people. Well, with this patch, they deemed it worthwhile to go back and add these things. I'm very curious as to why they did that. You know, maybe just for consistency in the game. Maybe it was just something small that they noticed. But to me, maybe this is telling of some other things that could be changing with Terraria. Some people put forward, and I especially love this idea, with Season 1, when Lion's Arch was under attack, they should have incorporated Claw Island into the living world. See, the story of Claw Island in the personal story was that Zaitan was attacking from the south, and the only way that anyone could threaten Lion's Arch from a naval perspective, they'd have to get through Claw Island, and this was like some unbroken outpost that had defended Lion's Arch for many, many years, right? Well, in the living world, Scarlet also decided she wanted to attack Lion's Arch, and part of her attack was to do with the sea. I think they really had a big missed opportunity here with Claw Island to reintroduce it to the world. You know, not just have it as a part of living world stuff, but actually make it a regularly explorable map. You know, just as they added South Sun Cove after a while, why couldn't they add Claw Island back to the game? I mean, it's already modeled out. Just put a few dynamic events there, maybe a really big, strong world boss-based meta event, maybe some guild missions, and there you go. You've got something really good on your hands. However, they didn't do this. They missed the opportunity completely, and you know, I think that was a bit of a shame. Now the community's been voicing that, and what do you know, suddenly in this patch it looks like at least someone there has taken another look at Claw Island and made this change. Again, it could just be for consistency, but also maybe this is paving the way that they'll actually do this at some point in Season 2. I think that would be fantastic. It's an easy thing for them to do as developers to expand the map, give us some new stuff, and I think it would just be a really nice little touch. Anyway, so that's one suspect little change. I guess for most players, especially if my speculation ends up wrong, it doesn't mean very much at all, but I wanted to point it out. Another thing based on the world map that people are going to be very happy about is the way that they have changed waypoints. Now, when mega servers were introduced to the game, it sort of broke their map in a small way. They openly admitted this in the initial blog post that was talking about mega servers. They basically said to us, look, mega servers are cool, but they're going to break some maps. The waypoints that can potentially be contested are just always going to be contested for you until you actually load into the map, and then it will show their true state. Well, now they've done the reverse. This really irritated people. If I was doing my dungeon run every day, I'd always come to Ascalon Catacombs, and this waypoint would show that it's contested. The particularly brutal thing about this is this waypoint is never ever contested. The only reason it's contestable in the game's code is because of an event that played at the end of one of the beta weekends back before launch, when all of the waypoints ended up contested. So this was always forcing people to waypoint somewhere else and then go to AC, and you know, it would cost you time and a little bit of money on your waypoints too. Pretty frustrating. Well, they've decided to reverse their philosophy here. Now, instead, all waypoints across the entire game always show available, but the difference is if you try and load to one that is in fact contested, it will just reroute you. So let's look at some ore places. What's a waypoint that's nearly always contested? I would say this one here, right? Usually Doric's waypoint is contested. It might not be right now, but let's have a look. So we're going to try and warp to Doric's waypoint, and either it will be available and we'll just be there, or the game will say, actually, sorry, this was contested, and it will redirect us. It didn't. Apparently, it is available, so yay, mega servers everywhere in ore is nice and safe and happy and free for us to travel to. But that's the basic idea. You guys may have experienced this before in the game, and it really does help things out. I'll tell you a great one to give us an example. If COE, say, was closed, we could try and just warp straight to COE, and if it was in fact closed, it would just put us back outside the complex at somewhere else, and that may indeed happen here. But again, you know, most places are usually open now because there's so many people playing the game and such a high population. So yeah, that's one big change. I'm very happy about it. There's not much more to say than that. Another change, Black Lion chest gem storage related, would be another update to the total makeover kits. If you guys haven't been keeping up with this for a while, for a long period of time, the devs have been adding loads of new faces and hairstyles to the game, as well as colors for your eyes and hair. This patch in particular added more options for eye colors, okay, and hair colors. So if we go, sorry, this must be face details. So for our eyes, you see all these ones with stars. These are exclusive to the kits you can get off of the Black Lion store to change your appearance. So if I choose to have Robin eyes for this now, I could get those, and no one else can get them unless they also use one of these. So some of the new ones that they've added are like peach cotton candy. This is one of them, dark cotton candy. I could give Liz those eyes. Peach is another one, and there's another one as well. So you got peach, dark peach here. Oh, and light cotton candy. So there you go. Those are the new eyes. They're mostly very pinky, and you can do it with your hair also. It's up to you. I think some of these hairstyles are really gaudy. Like that hair, I would never make Liz look like this, ever. But hey, you can if you really want to. And of course, on any race, you can too. Really, the final big change that I want to talk to you guys is particularly important to me about is a change to the world boss rotation. So again, with feature patch, they standardized the spawns of many of the world bosses. So Fire Elemental always spawns at one specific time you can always predict. So does the Worm in Caledon Forest. So does the Shaman in Wayfarer Foothills. They're all on a set pattern. They've listened to feedback basically from players and decided that the pattern needs a bit of refinement. In particular to me, these changes mean that the so-called hardcore bosses they've got in the game, Karka Queen, Tequatl, and the Triple Trouble Worm, are now spawning twice as frequently. Before this patch, they only spawned 3 times a day. Now they spawn twice as much as that. So there are 6 spawn windows every day, and the times have shifted slightly. So do be aware of that. If you were previously like, oh man, I can't play tech anymore because of the way they changed it, you may now be able to. If you get home from work each day, you play the game for a couple of hours, it may now be within your grasp, as many of them may be. So there have been changes. Just keep an eye on that, especially if you're using an outdated timer that hasn't updated yet to reflect that. So that's pretty much news for today, guys. There's not too much, as I say, but I think some of it is substantive enough to talk about. I hope you enjoyed. One final thing I will mention that's going on in the community. Nike from DNT messaged me the other day asking me to mention to people DNT is hosting a hardcore speedrun competition for the dungeons in the game. It's a tournament, right? It's the first tournament that they've done. It's actually being backed by ArenaNet, who have put a lot of gems in it for reward. I believe if you win, you get at least 500 gold, and there's a bunch of other stuff too. There are 8 teams available, and I think sign-ups are still open, so you can find a link to that in the description if you like. And in addition, I will add to this, if anyone else has any community-based stuff, I will be more than happy to talk about on these new videos, especially when there's not so much that came out in the patches. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time, probably for something to do with my new Asuran Ranger character. Oh yeah. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.